All right. New week, new opportunities. We are back once again. Again, we're going to start off with Forex Factory. And we have uh, the weekly economic calendar for this week is looking very empty. So we have Tuesday core PBIs for the United States. At 6:30 on Wednesday, we had an unemployment change, and at 11 p.m. Wednesday, we have GDP releases month over month. The most recent news development regarding this war that we need to be aware of is that uh, the talks have broken down, and so the United States will now be begin the process of blockading any and all ships trying to enter or leave the Strait of Hormuz. This is as a result of again the talks, peace negotiations breaking down. So, and they're saying that this will happen at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So you can see some volatility happening. But it's a bear week as far as news releases go. So it won't be that much implied volatility. Well, really the normal times that we can expect the volatility to be injected into the market besides these times are, the openings. So with that, we're going into these charts. So we see last week we had a very strong bearish candle close, completely closing below this red line of this breaker that I had as the line in the sand to support for bullish prices. And now that we have traded below this, I am now I have dialed back my bullish sentiment on dollar right now because of this trade below here. I would have anticipated this, like I said, this run and really this week to start showing higher prices after we did have this run lower into here and start showing higher prices. Last week we completely violated that, and so now I'm more less I'm less bullish on the dollar because of this close. I want to see what happens inside of this area. This is our next area that we would be looking for longs to get long in. But I don't even honestly I don't even anticipate this area holding uh, any significant weight. Um, Now that we have traded above these highs here, I want to be looking below the market, to uh, where some lows at. And if I'm looking below the market, I'm looking for previous month's low and this low that has formed right here. This is a short-term low. Also, this is previous quarter's low as well. So these will like be the the areas in price if price does be continues to show its bearish momentum with this down close candle, trade into here, violate this area, and then this previous quarter's low would be that much more probable. So we'll drop down to the daily. Let me see. Yeah, so we're looking for this area in here. Again, we do have this sell side liquidity resting below this fair value gap, so this makes it even more probable that price will trade down into here. Now, whether it respects this area in price will remain to be seen. If we get below previous month's low, March open, these are the areas that I'm looking for. Now that we are showing some bearish sentiment, we also do have this large volume. This is price gap here, no volume here whatsoever. So we could possibly see this serve as a trade, or we could see this serve as some sort of support for lower prices. Now that we are in, we have some targets to the downside that we're looking for to be traded to. We want to see how price behave once it gets it back up into this area. We kind of have price already has traded into it. We did have a gap up considering where price closed and where it opened at to begin the week. So that was as a result of the trade talks being announced to have broken down over the weekend. That's the reason for this gap up. And so this is what we're looking for right here. Looking for price to trade up into this imbalance area and then start to come lower down into the sell side. I really don't even think that price will give us any. I don't even think that this will hold, but this is a if and scenario. If it does come down into here and find some support, then again, our targets are back above here. And if it trades into here, strongly closes below this area, then we're looking for previous quarter's low. It's really that simple. On to NASDAQ. We have NASDAQ has gap down as well. Let me go back real quick and make sure that everything is ready for this week. And then we have this opening gap here again. This is our new week opening gap. All right, now we are on to NASDAQ. Again, we had this gap lower. Price did open up here. It's crazy. I was looking for this move lower to end the week and didn't get it, but now we got it. And we have this gap again from where price opened in relation to where it closed last week. We have a bearish weekly opening gap. Still bullish on NQ. As a matter of fact, we jump to this higher time frame. We see what we had last week, a strong bullish candle. So now what we're going to be looking for is for price to maintain this bearish or this gap, which will be formed once price does close at the end of the week, if it does not trade all the way back down into here, which I don't anticipate. We are currently in bullish or a premium portion of this down close move. Price has already traded to the level that we were looking for, the couple levels that we were looking for last week. This being here at 249.25, which was the change in the state of delivery area that we will be considering for price to be bullish once it does get back above here and stay above here from a weekly standpoint. And if again we can get this closure back above this level here, then these all-time highs are what all-time highs what we will be looking for here at this level at 26,864 all-time high. So that's what we got right now here on this at this current time in the market. Dropping down to the daily, we had this large volume imbalance here that price has just traded into, and now that it has traded into here, we want to see price continue to remain bullish, show its willingness to stay higher. What we're going to do is delete this and make this our bullish change in the state of delivery level. So we want price to remain above here. It's the weekly. we can, if price can remain above here, especially after trading into this busy here, we could possibly see some more work back down into this O. However, I don't anticipate it. I want to see strong bullish closure today. Rebalance this gap. Use the gap once it does. Once we do, trade back into it. Add support. So once we can get back above this gap, be looking to have that be utilized as support for the higher prices if we don't get that run lower. So we have a change in the state of delivery on the 4-hour time frame with this move. Trading below here. So now we want to see what's going to occur. We could probably come back lower inside of this range. Like I said, we could come back into this range here and that not be a problem. But yeah, we are bullish for the week, so we'd be looking for previous month's high. Yes. Jump in. In our weekly opening gap. So yeah, same idea that we're looking for. And NASDAQ is what we'll be looking for in ES. We do have ES has not traded to its current price level. That would be its change in the state of delivery. So that is what we will be targeting. Looking to see if price can get into that area there. And target a previous month's high as well. To the daily. Same as NASDAQ, we have this buy side and balance, sell side and efficiency that we will be looking for price to stay above the middle portion of this area here. Go busy right here. Daily. Yeah, so we're looking for price to get bullish from here, or at least maintain this the upper portion of this box above this dotted line to trade higher into this 696.8 level and ultimately previous quarter's highs. Dow. You know, so I Dow just like completely below where we so we have NASDAQ currently leading. You see it in relation to where it is for this previous month's high in comparison to ES and Dow's range from where they have how much range they have from where price is at right now to the previous month's high. It's pretty wide price. The price ranges are wider in S&P and Dow than they are in NASDAQ. Still, this is what we have currently seen so far in the market from this month's candles, month's trading. has been bullish. So we continue to anticipate previous months high, previous quarters being reached within the next couple of months, especially if we can maintain this bullish momentum in this current trading man current trading month. Jump down to the daily on ES. Want to see this maintain and price trade continue to trade higher. To Dow. Dow, same thing, looking for previous months. And it's changing the state of delivery will be up here, which is not really relevant right now. As long as we can see price still making its way towards this area, maintaining this bullishness, that would be just a target that we're looking to be reaching to. I don't know why this says rejection block. Okay, that's why I said rejection block. This is a monthly rejection block. You could possibly see a strong bullish run this week. So it's going to be very interesting. So yeah, that's what we got in Dow as well. Looking for that run higher. On to gold. What we have had in gold is price has came back into this sell side imbalance, buy side efficiency, and has started to show that it wants to come lower, or that it's respecting the dashed line, the dotted line of this sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, and with that, we will want to see if price wants to end this retracement and start the trend lower once again. We did have a gap down in price, so we want to go lower and see what that looks like. We're still maintaining our bullish see, we're still in a bullish market from a monthly time frame perspective. We've gotten a shift back into this range, but ultimately we're still bullish. So now that we have 3 up close weeks of price retracing, we should anticipate some resumption, resuming of the trend to start seeking lower prices. We had this shaded area as an important area that price could be drawn to. Shall, when it does, resume its continuation trend lower. But for right now, these are the areas in which we are dealing with in price. We want to see if price can maintain um, its bearish sentiment with a trade and a closure. We have to close below here in order for that to be. This would be our change in the state of delivery here on this daily time frame. So this will be a daily change in state of delivery. And shall we consider to seek lower prices? So we're still waiting for this to be traded back below. It has to come back below, because this could just be a liquidity grab in order to take price higher. Something that I've been learning about the areas, the opening prices, which once they are traded below will confirm a change in the state of delivery. It seems like these are the true areas of liquidity. Price will trade below or trade into these areas, these opening prices, and not necessarily take the low um, that is designated above under the change in the state of delivery. The wicks are the manipulation. So although people consider the wicks where the liquidity is resting, I think that the algorithm refers to the opening prices as where the liquidity is. And so sometimes you can see price trade into the change in the state of delivery, possibly even sweep below the liquidity and then run away from it. Or you can have an instance where price trades into the change in state of delivery area, that opening price, but does not trade below this wick and still runs away from it. So that's something that I've been noting. Price has shown me. So yeah, want to see if price can get back below this area, and if it does, then we will be looking lower. But we do have also this area that has been showing that it wants to protect bullish sentiment. So it's finding support here at this area, right in this area. This is a daily fair value gap. And we're already getting some push away from it to open the market up for the week. 4 hour. We see that our gap down happened. So a lot of stuff in this, a lot of things happening here. I think I'm gonna take this off and just leave this on the daily just to clear some of this up. Okay, so that change in the state of delivery area is where price was last week's opening price. Yeah, last week's opening price. Yeah, so with this gap down, we want to see if price can maintain it being bearish and stay below here. that this is changing state delivery on 4 hour. Yeah, so we are still looking for a run below previous week's low and possibly lower into this area. On to silver. Same thing in silver. We will be looking for lower prices. Gotten that trade back into this area and price. I don't want to see price roll over, respect this area, roll over, back below previous quarter's low. That's what we can be given. We got 3 draws, 1, 2, 3. Now we should be looking for the roll. Changing the state of delivery. What happened here at this area in price? Which has already occurred. We just want to see price come back and stay lower in this area, seeking previous week's low. Could possibly see it run into quarterly open and a rollover. I think that if price does trade back above this, we could be looking as high as $90 for silver to trade back into as a price point. Now to the 4. Again, everything looks pretty decent. Yeah. Oil. So you got that gap up in oil as a result of again the news that was released over the weekend, which bode well for oil. We have this gap up. We are looking for prices stay bullish and get back up to previous quarter's high. Looking for price to get back up above here. Don't necessarily mean that it can happen this week, and it could happen this week, but because we are still bearish, still bullish in oil, that is what we are looking for to get price back above those highs. Weekly, daily time frame. Again, now that price has started to shift higher, we want to see it maintain that reason to continue higher. We also look at crude oil, Brent crude oil, and Rob gasoline. They're also high into their ranges, seeking their previous quarter's highs. This is just a good. This is a good market right now. I think gold is very bullish. As long as we can get back, rebalance a lot of this down moves price action. Right, we're still reaching up into the quarterly range, and just continue to look for that. Down to Brent oil, same. Looking for price to stay bullish. Let's see again its higher time frame. Levels of liquidity. And gasoline futures. have gotten those, the futures out the way, we are now moving on to Bitcoin. And so as you can see, last week we had price trade up into this area in here, which would be the new change in the state of delivery if it does get back above here for higher prices, probably up into this area. I think that we could possibly get that weekly. We're looking for price to get back above this. And if it does, we will be looking for price to trade into 87, around 79 to 83,000. You can get that to stay above there. And I think that's a good, we are in this consolidated holding pattern. I think that's a good area for we want to be anticipating price to reach into, because that'll just give us the manipulation move above these highs and to take it lower, back below the first quarter's lows, and again ultimately down into 49,000. So that's what we're waiting for in Bitcoin. It's on the daily. Yep. So we want to see price get back above this area. We want to see it not be closing if it is bullish. We could possibly have some measured move. We want to see this area and price right here be holding strong. Keep the higher price run going. So we want this area to stay to be the area in which price holds, to take it above the highs into there. This breaker block right here. So on this daily here, we want to see price maintaining this area on a weekly on a weekly basis. The candle closures, we want to see price getting back above this, changing the state of delivery, this green line. And once we get those, higher prices are higher probability we get this short-term retracement continuation higher. Now we have some cracking correlations. Nothing confirmed just yet for Ethereum, which I don't really consider, because it hasn't been confirmed just yet. So even though price is lower in XRP than it is in Ethereum and Bitcoin, it's still bullish. Want to see price get back. You just see that Ripple is even more of in a holding pattern than Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that's all that is. Don't know if price could potentially trade above previous month's high though in Ripple, while I'm fairly certain or fairly confident that that will be the case in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So yeah, we're looking for the same thing in Ripple. Price trade higher, get back high, and seek out previous week's high, possibly come higher like up into here, and then tank, sell off. And then there's Ripple or Ethereum, same thing. Looking for price to get back above here, start wanting to see out that previous month's high. So we got Tesla. Now we on the stocks. Drop to a weekly. And this is what we have right now. For the last 4 weeks, Tesla has been trading lower. We do have some wicks. They have been sending price, back and forth, but ultimately they have been closing bearish. So what we have right now is this this price target of 325 is what we're still looking for. And if we can really get that run lower, 288, which is still on tap, these are good price areas. These are good price points to be looking for price to get to. I am somewhat concerned about this area right here. We could possibly see price trade back up into here. And this area as well, which we did have a price. You've seen that this down move is what created this up move above all-time high. So technically price is still bullish, right? From a higher time frame perspective. We got this gap that was utilized as the means to send price higher. And now that we are trading below it, I want to see, again, a closure below it, and then possibly use it as some support or resistance, some support for lower prices. So even if we don't get 325 before the end of the month, depending on how this month closed, this is definitely the setup to take down into 288. And so we are continuing to be bearish until otherwise. 325 is the next area that we're looking for price to trade to. I'm gonna take this off of here because this is a monthly thing. We're gonna see how that happens there. But yeah, that's what we continue to look for in Tesla, Apple. So far, we've got a strong bullish, well, not strong, but we're seeing price trade higher. We do have this gap that has not been, that has not been utilized just yet. We also have these price not trading below previous month's low just yet, so we could possibly see price come back down into there. Let's see what we had last week for. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think that I was bearish last week on Apple. Still wanted to see the price trade into this shaded area. We do have these lows here that are pretty much equal. And then we also did have this move after running up high up into here. This liquidity ran it. Now it's starting to trade lower. We want to see price show some willingness to get back below these lows. But because NASDAQ and the indices are bullish right now, what I do want to see is some type of manipulation above a high. So we could be anticipating like previous month's high to be ran, and then a rollover down into this area here. That was something I was anticipating. But yeah, we still just, this one is a little you can make a case for both, right? I want to see price up into this previous month's high and then roll over. But if we can maintain this bullish momentum here, we could possibly going back towards all-time highs in Apple. So just wanted to see how it reacts once it gets above here. But that's my draw on liquidity right now with previous month's high. So we short-term bullish, looking for previous month's high to be traded to, and then we'll determine whether price wants to roll over once it gets there, and we'll start to see lower prices. Wayfair, jump into the weekly. Again, this is just, this holding pattern that price is in right now. We did have price last week's price action saw a trade below previous quarter's low into this volume imbalance area here. Don't have it really marked out right now, but let me see. this 3-month fair value gap. We have this 3-month fair value gap. This quarterly fair value gap, rather. Quarterly fair value gap that could possibly see a reason for price to want to get back above previous quarter's high, especially after running this sell side liquidity from January 2020 back in April 25. So I want to see price a little bit higher. We did not get that trade into this gap here just yet, so I want to see price a little bit higher. After trading above this wicks, this short-term high here. If it is still bearish, I want to see it come into here. I want to see it come into here and then roll over. So we're waiting for that move. But lower time frame perspective wise, again, we did have that. Trade into this quarterly gap. Now that price is has reached this area, we do have this BISI right above price, or the SIBI, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. We have this above price, and we also have this fair value gap within this quarterly fair value gap that we could possibly see a reason for price to move sideways. So really, like, whichever side breaks first is the side that will give us a clear or a better, a clearer indication as to where it would like to go. So these are areas that we are currently going to be trading in, and ain't no telling what, ain't no telling how long we can stay in these ranges. This is a monthly, drop down to a week. Nothing to give an indication that price is bullish just yet. We still see that, this consolidation move, but it has not shown any short-term retracements just yet. So really nothing to look for. Just waiting for more information to be revealed in Wayfair. We got Netflix. So far, this month has opened up pretty strong with the bullish sentiment after selling off for 4 months, the last quarter. Now we're getting that bounce that we from trading into this area, which is a quarterly fair value gap. We're now seeing price find some reason. We want to now start seeing price find some reason to violate this bearish fair value gap that has just formed. My idea is that price will come into here and start to show like some retracements once it comes into this area, which is also aligned with this bearish fair value gap. For me, this is a breaker or order block, this bearish order block. But we also have at this black line, it will consider to be the change in the state of delivery from a weekly time frame perspective. So I want to see how price acts when it gets up into this area. But we're looking for 106.64, the high 109, 110 as the price points that we will be looking for this week for Netflix to trade higher into. So we're waiting for that. Clear this weekly and clear this quarterly gap. Leave it on a quarter. Down to a daily. Yep, that's what we're looking at. Looks pretty good. Just want to see price show some willingness to stay bullish from here. Broadwind Inc., another stock that I've been watching. Last week we seen some retracement. I'm still looking for this to happen down below 188. We've already gotten the run on 195. Which happened at the beginning of the week or the beginning of last month. Yeah, my idea is to see like prices continue to roll over, come lower, and take out this 188 from right here. I don't anticipate a reason for it to come any higher, although it could. We have this price range that it's in right now, so it could possibly come like into I want to see price come back into here. Could possibly come back into could possibly come back into this 230 area. This is the range that we are currently in. Come back into 230 and then possibly trade lower. Yeah, that's a good. That is a good price point to anticipate. See it come back into this area. We have these. We have these relative equal highs here at 229. Gotta serve as some liquidity to be able to shift it lower. So I like that idea. We'll price trade into 229 and then tank, come back lower below 188. Down to Super Microcomputer Incs. After this heavy gap down, you now see price starting to retrace higher. Still bullish, still bearish on this as well. This is a large gap down. So we're looking for price to, trade into the mean threshold, the middle point of this range. And roll over again down into 1725, which is what we are looking for. Could take some time. You see how long this consolidation period lasted until we did break lower, really from beginning of December to January, or to now, to March. We was in this holding pattern. Now that we've broken below it, we want to see that still happen. Palantir, we have been getting the runs that we have been anticipating in Palantir. I don't know what this is. Whatever it is, it got to go. We got in that boom. We got in that move here. So we want to see price stay bearish. Closing bearish on a closing basis. We want to see price maintain this bearish as a indication that price has shifted lower, and we will be looking for this level down here, 105, 132. From a monthly time frame perspective, it's still looking good. Weekly also as well. We want to see that we wanted to see last week's price action reveal this roll over, and now that we did get that, we opened up with the idea that Palantir will be coming lower. Could retrace a little bit higher back into previous month's low, you know, and find some relative support for lower prices. So Palantir, we are still bearish. Now, NVIDIA just recently added this. What we are currently getting right now in NVIDIA is, last week we seen that price close strongly bullish. We do have NVIDIA has traded into this area in price and has found some willingness to start to trade higher away from it already, with that trade lower into there and then start to trade higher. We want to see if this move will be maintained for a run back above 213. It's looking pretty good, although price is in the consolidation pattern right now from a monthly perspective. But whatever happens, what happens, the phases of prices that we get consolidation, then we get expansion, we get a consolidation, maybe a retracement, then expansion again. So because we see the phase of the market is now in the consolidation pattern, we know that it is generating interest to trade higher. And that's what we're sticking with on the monthly down to weekly. We see again, prices started to, after running these equal lows down here, we see prices start to trade higher. I think it's crazy because we got equal lows down here at this. Yep, price did not take this low. So that's interesting. But it did clear out all of this sell side, so it doesn't need to take that low. As long as we remain above here, we will be looking for previous quarter's high at 198, which I think is a good price point. So bullish change in this thing. I'm going weekly tags. So I want to see price maintain its stance for previous quarter overrun on previous quarter's high, and again ultimately back above 212. Bach, I've added this back to my watch list. Bach is still bearish. We want to see it is trading higher as of the last couple of weeks, and I want to see this serve as the catalyst for lower prices. I think as a result, we could possibly see prices like meander into here and close bullish. I would like to see this close bullish. So the month of April close bullish rather. So we just might range in here, and then April possibly, or May, we could see that roll over. But these are the targets that I'm looking for 25 and 396. And with the ETFs, Invesco QQ, this is NASDAQ. So we're looking for the same things. Bullish prices, we're looking for bullish in SPY. We are bullish in Dow ETFs. We are bearish in gold ETFs. We are bearish in silver ETFs. We are bullish in oil ETFs and Forex, Great British Pound. With what we are anticipating in the dollar, and we do have this trade down into this monthly gap here that has shown had seen higher prices from the trade down into it. We want to see if price can maintain this shaded area for higher prices because of what has happened in the dollar. We do have a lot of back and forth on a weekly time frame inside of pound. but the dollar is looking like it wants to come lower. So as long as the dollar is coming lower, we are anticipating for Great British Pound to trade higher. As long as it stays above this level here, I want to see that bullish move be maintained higher, possibly back into 138. Long term, near term, we're looking for previous months, previous weeks highs at 134.83, and we are also looking at 136.62. It's possible targets for this week if we can also get another, bullish pop. We have this here, which is a SMT here at these lows. Yeah. We have Euro trade below this low here. We need Euro to get all the way back above here though. And we have Great British Pound did not take this low, and now we are looking for the pound to lead in strength and start showing some bullish sentiment. So we have a double SMT here, which gives me an indication that the dollar is going to be even more bearish than what we can anticipate. Well, what I've been anticipating. So we want to see bullish prices in Great British Pound. Targets for this week would be for, again, 36, 15 previous month's highs, down to Euro. Same thing, looking for strong bullish movements, strong bullish moves. Weekly change in the state delivery confirmed here at 117.71. So that's what we will be looking to target and looking for a closing basis for price to close above this area here. Yeah, that's pretty much it there. Daily. Got this fair value gap that we could possibly see price want to utilize as a reason to get back higher. We also got this high in here. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's what we got for the week. Week 2. Let's start marking these out. Week 2 bearish.